Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing great and awesome. For today's video, these are the topics that we are going to discuss. The first is Devops Bootcamp announcement. Second is what is DevOps and what is software development lifecycle and how DevOps fits in the software development lifecycle. Let's talk about the very first topic. That is from today's onwards on this channel, I am going to start the most requested series that is Devops Bootcamp. This This entire series will be applicable for both technical and non-technical people as I'm going to explain each concept from the scratch. That means even if you are a beginner to this course, no need to worry about. One thing I would like to mention here is that there is no prerequisite for taking up this course apart from having your system with you. I will always try to keep videos short and simple. Throughout the entire series, we will replicate the actual real-time task for our lab. Without any further delay, first let's understand what is DevOps as you are hearing this word quite often. But before getting into that, let's understand what is software development lifecycle in simple terms. Let's take a scenario. You are interested in creating an online store for selling books. So the very first thing which you need is an application for your online store so that it is easy for users to buy the books at one click, just like how we have the application online for Amazon or Myntra. Now, to create your online book application, you need to connect with the software development team to understand how the software development lifecycle works. So overall, you need to create an online bookstore for your application to sell the books. And in order to do that or build the code or to deploy that application, you need to connect with the software development team so that they can help you with this entire process. Now, software development team will explain you what all stages are involved in creating a software. And these are, the first is planning stage. In planning stage, development team will discuss about the requirement with you. For example, like what is the purpose of your application, what is the format you are going to use, and what kind of product you want to sell on this application, and the overall end user interface for the application. All this discussion are well documented for further use. In the next lecture, I will show which tool we are using in the planning phase. The second stage is analysis phase. In this stage, it includes gathering all the specific details required for a new system. This includes all the specifications for software or hardware or any network requirements for the system they plan to build so that team can decide overall budget and don't go over budget. Developers at this stage will often create a software requirement specification or SRS document. The third stage is the design and prototyping stage. Here, developer will go in detail for the overall application, and that includes the user interface, system interface, or the network requirements or the database, which they are going to use. They will typically turn the SRS document they created into a more logical structure that can later be implemented in a programming language and create a design document, a specification document, that is DDS. The next phase is the implementation phase or the software development stage. Now at this stage, developer will start writing the code for implementation of the application in any programming language of their choice. Developer will build the application according to the earlier design documents and outlined specifications. Now once application is developed, it will first be deployed in test machines for testing the functionality of the application. Here, testing team, if identify any bug, they will inform the developer team to fix the issues, and likewise it goes on till the application is not stable. The last is the maintenance. Maintenance in the sense like they will do the upgrade for the entire application or any kind of bug fixes or any kind of enhancement which user is asking. All those kind of things will come in the maintenance stage. At this point, you have the overall idea on how software development works in real time. As part of next lectures, we will see each of the software development lifecycle stage implementation in detail as part of the DevOps prerequisite course. So don't worry as of now. For any application development, we have two teams. One is developer and the other is operation team. Development team is mostly responsible for planning, designing, and building the system from scratch. And the other is operation team, which is mostly responsible for the testing and implementation of the application being deployed. Operation team will share the feedback of any bug after testing to the development team, and this in turn will extend the timeline and delay the software development lifecycle process. Means, in short, both development and operation team are not able to work parallelly. They have dependency on each other, and this in turn is resulting into the delay in the process of software development. Okay. So what if development and operation team collaborate and works together? And this is called as the DevOps approach. The DevOps culture is implemented in the several phase with the help of several tools. Like the first is the planning phase where development team will develop the plan keeping in mind what is the customer need. And for that we are using the Jira software DevOps tool. The second is the code phase where the development team will works on the code part and they store the code in the version control system, that is Git. The third is build. In the build part, the code is then converted into an executable file using tool like Maven for Java or PyInstaller for Python. This is to make sure that we can share the executable on any machine and it will run. The next is testing phase. In this, once the code is built, it is moved to the testing phase. Most commonly used testing tool is Selenium. Once the testing is done, the code is now ready for the deployment and sent to the application team. Operation team will deploy the code to working environment. The most common tools for deployment phase is Ansible, Docker, or Kubernetes. The last one is the monitor. At last, the application is continuously monitored, and for that, we have tools like Prometheus. At last, again, the feedback is sent to the planning phase, and that's how the complete life cycle of the DevOps works. This complete integration and deployment is done by the DevOps tool, that is Jenkins. This is the integration, and this is being done by the Jenkins CI/CD tool in DevOps culture. Infinity sign in DevOps resembles that it is a continuous process and it increases the efficiency. It allows company to faster the development process and it is more stable. Just to add here, don't be afraid of hearing these tools as we will go through each of them in later videos. Overall purpose for this video was to make you aware of the announcement for the Devops Bootcamp, what is software development lifecycle and what is DevOps, what problem DevOps is solving now and why company are following DevOps culture. In my upcoming video, we will understand each of the phase of entire DevOps lifecycle in detail so that this bootcamp will be friendly to the non-technical people also. See you in my next video. Till then, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel Devops-Techstack, and you can connect with me on Insta also for any queries.